Good morning, everybody. I've just gotten back from the grocery store again. So I wanted to share some things with you guys. Get some lights on in here. Okay. So I say again about the grocery store because we have literally in the last week gone to the grocery store. Gosh, I've lost count. It's had to have been, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. It feels like it probably has been. So anyway, the reason we've been going to the grocery store so much is because we started this fast with our church. It's called the Daniel's Fast. It's not for diet purposes. It's an intense prayer and fasting. So we're sacrificing and praying for the Lord to move in certain situations. So it's called the Daniel's Fast, and in the Daniel's Fast you can't have any animal products. You can't have any added sugars or processed sugars, basically, and you can't eat anything overly processed. You can have fruits, veggies, fresh, frozen, or cooked. You can have whole grain rices, whole grain flours, different things like that. Very similar to a vegan diet. We just have to be careful of the added sugars. So even natural sugars like cane sugars, molasses, things like that. Sugar substitutes are a no-go, so no stevias, none of that stuff. You are allowed to have your oils, especially, well, your seed oils, so like your avocado, your olive oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil. You just have to be very mindful, read the labels. So when we started this thing out, we had no idea what we were doing, and we were just basically eating fresh fruits and a few vegetables that we knew how to cook, but we weren't really getting meals, and we were starving. We were starving. It was horrible. So I reached out to our church group on Facebook Messenger asking if anybody else was struggling, not only with not knowing what the heck I was doing, but also the money. It's cost us, wow, it's very expensive to eat healthy, very expensive. But so everybody reached out to us, gave us a lot of ideas and encouragement, shared some recipes with us. And so over the last week we've been trying out different things, and I finally feel like we're getting to the point, we only have 2 weeks left, but I finally feel like we're getting to the point where we actually are eating foods instead of just snacking on fruit throughout the day. So, you know, we got big things of peanuts here. We're just checking labels on everything. Soy chunks I just heard about. I don't even know how to use those right now, but I just got back from the grocery store. I got some cabbage to make cabbage steaks. That was something somebody recommended. I had to get some new flour because I had King Arthur all-purpose whole wheat, but this is like the whole grain, 100% whole grain. This is what we're supposed to be using. My boyfriend's brother came over and taught us how to make a flatbread because we can have unleavened bread. So basically any bread that doesn't have any yeast in it has no rise in it. So the yeast is what causes breads to rise and become, you know, soft and all that stuff, all the good stuff that we love. So I got some of that. He taught me how to make a flatbread out of just flour and water, and you can put seasonings or anything else you want in it, because we are allowed to use seasonings. Thank goodness. We still have to be very careful about, like, if we get a seasoning mix, checking the labels and reading everything. So as close to a whole food diet as you can get, but you're still allowed to, you know, flavor things, so that's cool. And I was telling my pastor and his wife that I kind of feel like I'm cheating, that I'm not making much of a sacrifice here for this fast, because we're eating better now than we normally do. And here's why. Just to give you an example of what I normally eat for dinner, unless my boyfriend's family is cooking, they're very good cooks, they do cook, but sometimes they don't, and then we're just kind of, we're trying to learn to cook. We're getting better, but I'm relearning to cook the few things I knew how to cook, and I'm learning on a gas stove and oven, which is very different. So it's a process, but this is my go-to dinner. That's sad. It's very sad, I know, but it's quick, it's convenient. All I need is a spoon. I don't even put this on bread, and it's filling because it has peanut butter in it. So since we've moved into this camper, which is, we've been in here 6 months now, I've gone through at least a jar of goobers every week. Sometimes it only lasts me 3 days. I can eat half a jar in one sitting. I could eat the whole jar in one sitting. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I can. So that has been hard. I've been craving this a lot. The first day was really hard because if you guys, I don't know if you know how much of a coffee lover I am, but I don't even want to get out of bed unless there's coffee waiting to be made or coffee to be had. I hate to say it like this, but it almost feels as if my coffee drinks are my only reason for getting up and getting out of bed, and I don't even want to try to make it through the day without my coffee. And I know there's a lot of people out there like that. And as much as I love coffee, my boyfriend, he drinks it all day long. So giving up the coffee because we can't have caffeine, none of the stuff that's bad for you, basically. So that first day, we both had horrible migraines. It was really, really hard going without our coffee. And that's been the hardest thing for me throughout this whole thing, is wanting my coffee. And this, wanting to reach for this when I'm hungry. It's a lot more time consuming to cook real food, but it tastes so much better and we feel so much better. After the first week, we struggled through the first week. We were starving to death, I ain't gonna lie. Just munching on bananas and oranges and apples, and we didn't even think to get nuts until the end of last week. But we're doing a lot better now. And we feel a lot better. I think we want to continue kind of doing this diet. I mean, it goes right along with like my goals, right? So my goals are to be a homesteader, full-time homesteader, and living off of our land, what we can grow, what we can raise, what we can forage, what we can hunt, which I was thinking last night, I need to get a hunting license at some point if I want to learn to hunt and process my own animals and things like that. We'll see. I don't know if I'm there yet, but someday I might be. So in order to be able to use what I grow and raise and all that stuff, I've got to learn how to cook it and preserve it and all those things. And my boyfriend really does want to make the switch to a healthier lifestyle. So this is kind of like the perfect little push that we needed. I say from our church, but really from the Lord, to get us going on the right path, because there's no point in being a homesteader and spending all your time and energy raising all these animals and growing gardens if you don't even know what to do with it. So we're learning, and that's great. My boyfriend, obviously, I started saying he wants to kind of keep this diet going forward, and I've been going back and forth about, I don't think I can do it. I miss my goobers. I miss this. I miss that. I miss the convenience. We'll see. I think there will still be a jar of goober in my cabinet until I can't eat it anymore, and I think I will always have my coffee. But I've been enjoying things like learning how to make my own dressings with olive oil and different seasonings, and that's a poblano pepper in there, a piece of a poblano pepper in there, and this stuff is so delicious. It's so good, and it doesn't have any preservatives or added funky stuffs in it. It's just good for you. This is like typical stuff that my boyfriend takes for lunch. Now he's been taking bags of mixed nuts and fruits, and rice and beans is okay as long as it's the whole grain brown rice, and the beans are just cans of beans and salt basically, or you can use dried beans. So it's been better. We've been feeling a lot better. But so that's the Daniel's fast. That's what's been going on. We've got 2 weeks left. And the Daniel's fast is not just, it's not about dieting, which a lot of people do use it for a dieting because you will lose weight, which we did not want to do. But we are in prayer for some things for our church. We've been encouraged to pray for our own personal stuff. And there are some things that we are praying about. But the point of this is prayer, to make a sacrifice and to pray, to get the Lord's attention and to petition for him to move in your life. So that's what we're doing here. Hey guys, so we're 2 weeks as of yesterday into the Daniel's fast, and I just wanted to pop in and kind of give you a little bit of an update because it's been a little rough. I don't want to lie about it. It's been rough, especially this week. My mental health has kind of taken I don't want to say it's because I'm fasting. It could just be the time of the month, the time of the year. It could be the way the wind is blowing. I don't know. All I know is that all last week I was in a horrible, horrible mood. I had a few breakdowns. Haven't eaten quite as well this week as we had been eating the week prior. I think just the low energy levels makes it difficult to want to cook a full-blown meal from scratch or go to the grocery store when you don't feel like it. It's been difficult, and I swear I've got more gray hair than I had prior to this, and I've definitely lost weight. My tightest pair of jeans that were like a second skin don't fit anymore, so it's not great. We've got 1 week left, and my boyfriend and I are already planning our post-fast date, and we're going to indulge. We'll probably end up sick that day. Maybe not. Maybe right now we're just saying all this stuff and we'll be responsible human beings when the time comes. But as of right now, first thing, Monday the 29th, we are going to get our favorite coffee. We're going to get breakfast. We're going to do lunch, and then we're going to a steakhouse for dinner because we need some meat. So we are very much looking forward to getting back to eating more regularly, though we have decided to keep a lot of the foods in our pantry that we found that we like. For example, chickpeas are really, really delicious, and I didn't know that. I like eating them straight out of the can. They kind of have the texture of boiled peanuts, but also taste like a chicken salad sandwich. It's really weird. I've tried a few different things, and it's kind of opened my mind. It's made me more willing to try new things because I'm not always. But it's also opened my mind to just how horrible the foods on the shelf are for you. And while I don't think that I will completely eliminate them yet, I think that there's going to be some major changes in our diet. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in, show you guys midway, or actually a little over midway through this process. And yeah, maybe I'll let you guys know at the end how I'm feeling. Maybe that'll be in another video. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.